just a really quick tutorial here while Quantic and I get everything set up. Yikes! Glad I stopped playing on my computer. That felt really weird, though. How do I... Okay. Well, better finish working on my character sheet for tomorrow's campaign. Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to move my face, like... Oh, no. Oh, no. How are we going to do this? We're going to go up here, I think. What the heck? It's like monsters from my computer game are invading my game. Transform, flip, rotate, flip, horizontal. There we go. There we go. That'll work. I must be tripping, but I'm damn sure not going to let them kill my character. So, you need to match some dice to power an attack. 3 or more of the same type can generate mana. Left-click the indicated dice to swap positions. Okay. There we go. We have earned the Caltrop dice. This is co-op. This is co-op, Prodigal. Our character is a dice goblin. No way. While you're busy matching dice, enemies can attack any part of your sheet. A segment will get redder until it's damaged. Then you'll lose stats or even a spell. You only die if your health is 0. Don't worry, everything but gold and experience is restored for the next battle. You can afford a spell attack at the cost of 2d4, so 2 4-sided dice. Left-click the highlighted spell, or press F1. That's an interesting hotkey. And then the spell deals 2d4 plus 1 damage. It rolls the d4 twice, adds the results plus an extra 1. Aims at enemies within the spell's radius and click the right mouse button, not left click. Weird. There we go. We have cast a spell. Hurrah. This is exactly what it looks like, and it's wild. It is the integration of character sheet and match 3 and like if you played what's it called? The character building dice game in board game. That is literally just rolling to make a character. It's basically that with tower defense type sort of stuff. It's crazy. Alamod, no. Free trial gets you 2 platforms. This looks cool. It is really cool. We're gonna throw the store page in the chat. It's very underviewed at the moment, and it's really cool. It seems pretty complicated. Yes, they have literal like disclaimers on their store page saying, "Hey guys, like this is not a chill puzzle game. I know it's a match 3, but this is crazy. Be ready for what you're getting into." Resistance reduces that type of damage by 1%. Unliving take extra damage from disruptive attacks. Some enemies have special abilities such as shield or radius. Okay. We need some D6, so we can drag the dice over. We get 4. Nice. A wave of damage was from matching 4 dice. A 5 match adds random status effects too. Cascades can earn extra XP, gems, and even healing. On the character creation screen, hover over the dice Ultras tooltip. So these are the Ultras tooltip, I guess, or something. Yeah, there's a lot of like UI design we could talk about in this. Now click the indicated weapon or press the hotkey 1 to initiate an attack. So F keys for spells, number keys for weapons. Okay, so this costs a D6, so we can throw it. It's going to shoot out a projectile. Bonus damage for a bullseye. What's a bullseye? Okay. Candy Crush Hardcore plus D&D theming. Yes. Can't wait for some dummy being bullied. So much to do alone. Glad the Fox helped me. Yeah, so in the co-op experience, one person handles the character sheet, one person handles the dice. So but we tried it last night. It's still crazy. Absolutely crazy. So we have items as well. We can buy those from the merchant. So those are consumables. Right click to activate. So we threw a bomb at him, and that gave him a status effect. So okay. So armor rating. Geez, there's so much to this. Wow. So if you're a dice goblin, if you are someone who really enjoys building characters and all the math involved with it, you're gonna like this game. All right, take care. Have a great time, Prodigal Son. And by the way, I'm gonna keep on working on the Banana Jam over the weekend. That's gonna be my weekend software project. Yes, Nektos, you got it. You got it. Left click on the indicated mercenary. So is this gonna be like a tower? Okay, that's the tutorial. Great, just in time. I am contractually obligated to start this at the top of the hour. So we're gonna go ahead and I need to change my call settings to be push to talk. Push to talk. Great, there we go. And Quantic, I'm ready to jump in whenever you are. There is a campaign. There is Endless. There is Dice Defense, which is like an alternative mode. Like, there's a lot in this game. And Alamod, I do not disagree with you. The UI UX needs some love. It feels very busy and not super clear about how things work. Like, why is campaign difficulty up here? There is local co-op, which is awesome. Mouse controls sheet, gamepad controls dice. That's amazing. So, like, there's a lot of cool substance and content in here, but we're going to have a lot of good stuff to talk about in terms of how can we improve the experience. And I'm really excited to do that because there's a good amount of stuff we can talk about. So we're going to play the game for a little bit. I have a hard cutoff in 3 hours. And then maybe on Monday we'll spend the start of the stream kind of doing some UI design on this and some UX design. Another weird thing is the way the online works. If you host the game, you're the attacker. If you join the game, you're the dice roller. I don't know why that is set up the way that it is. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but I don't know. Maybe they will have good reasons. I can't imagine it being anything other than a technical restraint, but maybe there's something more to it. Maybe it was a deliberate design decision. I don't know. From what I understand, the developers may be popping in while we're playing, so it'd be great to kind of ask them some questions while we're hanging out. It does sound like the sound effects are a little bit low. Yeah, drag this way down. There we go. All right. Sounded good. Tab to halt time. Guess we have poison deals a small amount of damage over time. All right. Quantic, hello.
Hey, Joe, how's it going?
It's going so good. How are you doing, friend?
Doing well. I'm excited. How are you doing?
I'm so excited. I've been thinking about this since we played last night, and oh my gosh, it seems absolutely wild. It seems like the sort of thing I may be able to get my wife to come in and play too, which is really exciting. I'm stoked. I'm very stoked for this.
Same here. I am excited, and I
Zaft, I agree.
I can't be heard. One sec.
No worries.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, Pixelated. We're streaming with QuanticFlux, who's been a longtime friend of the program, and they're really kind of popping off on YouTube.
Let me, while I am doing that, start setting up the game.
Perfect. Thank you. I started following him when he had like 200 subscribers, nearly at 1,000. He's going to be a Partner Plus in a heartbeat. So he'll probably hit 1,000.
So I'm not entirely sure how these modules work. It seemed like it made the character for us last time.
Do you make your own character like in the campaign?
Oh, yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different classes. You choose your race, and they all have... It's like a TTRPG, legit.
That is... So it's not just, like, visually a character sheet. This is genuinely you're building a character, and it is represented in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Outrageous.
also not just, like, fantasy, by the way. There's also, like, at least one other that I saw. Where you do like sci-fi and it has guns and knives and stuff. It's crazy.
Oh man, and they could go into like cyberpunk type sort of stuff and Shadowrun. Oh man, that's so cool.
All sorts of stuff. It's pretty rad. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, this game needs a bit of a glow up, and it needs way more people playing it because it's sitting at like 25 reviews on Steam right now, which is stupid for the amount of effort that's gone into this.
That is a tragedy.
All
right,
Alamod, I have not streamed Noida
yet. Go.
I've considered it.
How about
once or twice. Yeah, I think I'm ready to go.
Perfect. Let's start this game.
Yeah, like this. No vacant lobbies found, but you're already in one. Great.
Oh boy, we are just right in here, huh?
Oh yeah, we're diving in. Dice. Have some dice. So I am trying to supply Quantic with mana, essentially, for his spells and abilities. I need to keep in mind what we're trying to build. So Quantic, if you can like inform me.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, I really need D8s or something, right? That'd be very helpful.
I will take what I can get, but we're looking for D4s, D8s, D6s, and D20s and D10s. So pretty much everything with D12s.
Okay, so that's the purple. Don't look for purple. Got it.
I don't know how it works in multiplayer, but as you level up in the game, you get more options to choose from, and eventually we should probably try to choose everything so that all the dice are useful.
Sure. Yeah, get a diversity in your build.
Exactly.
Oh,
Speaking
man.
of which, these monsters have like physical resist, spell resist, so there are better things to be using, but that requires pausing and looking, and I don't think we have time for that.
No, man, we can't pause and look. Are you kidding?
That's crazy.
I'm seeing us getting like experience and stuff. Man, so we just barely did the tutorial right before jumping on. You saw that. You were in the stream.
Yep.
This is blowing my mind.
It's so much already. We've already lost the health.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm paying zero attention to whatever is happening on your side of the screen.
I can't look at your side. It's wild. There's so many monsters over here. Holy crap.
Now, everyone, imagine doing this by yourself. Now,
It's insane.
And they scale things up, right? So it's more intense when you're in multiplayer, but still.
I heard you mention the hotkeys. They are wacky and wild, but I think it's because the melee weapons, or the non-magical stuff, I should say, are using 1, 2, 3, etc. So
Yeah.
I guess it's probably because it's like right above the F1 keys.
Yeah. Which is interesting. I'm curious about like the opinions on doing it that way instead of why they went for that instead of like QWERTY or something, right? To make it more like a MOBA.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that myself. I'm not a huge fan of the F1 hotkeys, though, to be honest.
Sure. It's a little weird. We talk about Jacob's Law a bunch on the channel, and that is people spend most of their time interacting with stuff that is not your stuff. So make it more like the other stuff, right?
Yeah, there's something to be said about uniqueness, but when it's something like basic like controls, I don't know about that.
You want your uniqueness to be on the things that really matter. So if you have like a game where the control method is kind of like the gimmick and the interesting thing about it, then yeah, you go different. But if it's going to be just a standard platformer, just build standard platformer controls, right?
Totally agree.
This in single player would be crazy hard, yes.
I will point out that
yes,
they
world ends
can
with you.
damage our
Yeah.
character sheet, and that has real consequences. Like lowering our stats does bad things for us. It makes us weaker.
Oh, no.
They've destroyed both of our pieces of gear, so we've got less armor, and they can
Oh,
actually
wow.
destroy our spells, which they're close to doing.
Yeah, see, like, when I first saw this, I was expecting just, like, this is kind of a cute theme. I did not expect it to be involved as heavily as it is in the mechanics. That is super
yeah.
rad. All right, welcome back, Pixelated. I don't think this is a good stream. It's so hard to keep up with chat and do this. It is so hectic. It is dastardly hectic to keep on top of what everyone is discussing and everything. Let's see. Especially when you're doing a multiplayer, you got someone else you're letting down, you know? Like, I gotta get him the stuff he
Crap.
needs.
I think we're about to lose a spell.
No! How long are these waves?
This is going on forever.
Okay, getting some good combos. I'm keeping an eye out for 5s, but man, that seems incredibly difficult. All right, take care, Alamod. I'm looking forward to building out the rest of my banana
God, there's
jam
more.
thing, and I can't wait to see how the rest of the jam goes for you. Thanks for hanging out.
So our stats and equipment and HP go back up to normal after a wave, assuming
Oh,
you
okay.
survive. But our EXP and our gold do not.
Wait, so do we have to, like, spend those or something, or?
No, so just if they attack our gold and our EXP, it will go down permanently.
They can attack our gold and our XP?
Yeah, anything on the character
Jeez.
sheet is fair game.
Okay. You go. Just, you get to a point where you look for any sort of combo you possibly can. I think we're doing pretty okay. We're getting a lot of
Stacked up, by
stuff.
the way.
What was that? Sorry?
You're doing a great job keeping me stocked up on dice, by the way.
Thank you, thank you. I am frantically sliding things around. I'm like a paranoid schizophrenic at a children's birthday party with a slip and slide. Okay, Alamod, gotcha.
Every time you do a match 4, it shoots out a wave of damage, and it's super helpful.
Oh, okay. That's good to know that it's like actually doing a lot.
Yeah, the 5 matches, if you can get them, I could not when I was playing solo, but they have like effects that last for the entire wave, which is interesting.
All right.
We lost a spell. That's my bad.
Oh no! This feels like there should be something
We're
there.
fighting enemies that have immunity sometimes.
Well, that's not good. Alamod, you're horrible.
Oh no, we're about to die.
No!
We're at 4 HP.
Have more dice. Hey, we did it!
God,
Yeah!
let's freaking go. That got dire at the end.
Woo! Lime Blossom, there's a lot going on. Yes, absolutely. So, once again, this is a...
Oh, man. We got that by a thread.
So, we get to move to the next scenario now. Awesome.
Ooh, now we're playing as a rogue.
Oh, so we're not doing a persistent character. Okay, that's a bit of a bummer. I was looking forward to that.
Same. I guess online mode must not have that?
Which I guess can make sense, because then you'd have to, like, start a campaign together, right?
Yeah. There is an endless mode. Maybe that's... Because it doesn't say anything about a character down here.
Okay.
Endless would be rough, though. It is interesting. It says 4 characters level 3+. That might just be part of the flavor, though.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
All right, you want to hop into this one?
Yeah, let's do it.
They mentioned that the non-fantasy... Wow, this character sheet looks a lot different. The non-fantasy version is much harder, apparently.
Oh, interesting.
I do not know what's happening on my end, but they placed like a castle gate down that's obscuring our character sheet.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. I love it when developers find interesting and unique ways to kind of affect the experience in ways you may not, expect. That's really clever. Just using the UI to make it more difficult instead of stats is awesome.
We have entirely different spells and weapons now, as well as mercenaries and items.
Okay.
You just did something crazy.
Heck yeah. That's what you get when you sign on with the Fox.
Okay, given that we don't have persistent characters, I'm going to start spending our gold more willy-nilly.
Oh, I got a 5! Yeah! I don't know what that did.
So, not that we're going to have time, but the 5s, the little arrows, question marks next to the dice say what they do for the entire wave, but it's going to be rough to try and see that.
Yeah. And there is a pause in the single-player version, right?
Between every wave, there's like a minute or so.
Sorry, I meant like a pause button.
Oh, yes. There's a pause button here as well, I think.
Oh.
If you want to check it out.
Okay.
Yeah,
there we go.
Halted time.
Nice. So you can mouse over things, see like, oh, this guy has resist, so we want to make sure we're casting this spell or anything.
Exactly. This is the way you're probably supposed to play it, but it's much more fun to be stressed out the entire time, I think. All right. I am ready to resume if you are.
Let's do it. Yeah, so Cubis, there is a single player version of this game. They just made this multiplayer version of it. Single player, you are doing both the dice matching to fuel your character sheet, and then using your character sheet to beat up the bad guys and protect your character sheet. So if like your equipment dies, then you do not have that equipment for the rest of the round.
And I should not be using spells as often as I am.
Interesting. Why not?
So Dex is affecting our physical ability, which makes sense because we're a rogue. So I think our physical attacks are better than our spells.
Okay, gotcha. I see what you're saying. I would love that if that's the case. That's very cool.
Oh my god, we're so cooked.
gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm realizing that the direction I drag the dice in to make the match affects where the dice roll in from on the edge of the screen, and my brain is exploding.
That makes so much sense. It's something I didn't realize, but saw them coming from whatever side randomly.
All right, get blasted.
Oh, thank you for that. I'm not doing well over here.
Okay, you. Holy crap.
I don't know if we can hear that guy. Oh, reminds me of a Warlock, or sorry, Murloc.
Murloc,
from,
yeah.
WoW.
Oh gosh, this is so much. Okay, oh, I almost got a 5 match there. That's a bummer. It went away. Okay, throw you in there. Hey, through the wave. That's good.
I just looked at the amount of dice you have stockpiled. That's crazy. You're going
Yeah,
nuts.
man. We're doing it. We're doing it live. Let's move down. And
Just
down
realized
again.
one of our spells is not a damage spell. It stuns them, seemingly.
Oh, okay. Shoot. Okay, you. Wait, are they shooting like big AoE effects? Is that like a necromancer or priest of
No
Solzhen?
idea
Jeez.
what that is. It might be like a healing wave, but that's one of the types that goes invincible to our stuff every once in a while, and it's horrible.
Oh, shoot. All right, take care, Alamad. Thanks for hanging out. I love that you're doing a critique stream. I won't be able to make it because I don't work on
my
Sundays,
goodness, we're getting
but
cooked.
I would otherwise have loved to have participated in that. I can't wait to see the VOD and how it all goes. Best of luck. Have a great night. Holy crap, that's a lot of dudes. You got this, right? Everything's
I
fine?
don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
They're so tanky, and 2 of them are immune half the time. Oh my god.
Hey!
We did
Everything's
it.
fine.
Oh,
Did I see we had 15 health left? That's obliterated.
noticeable improvement.
Easy. Clan hold stands victorious.
Let's go.
Yeah, I would love to have like a campaign version of the online. That would be very, very cool.
That would be neat, especially with how hard or how much effort they put into making the different character classes and stuff.
Yeah.
So in the single player mode, after every little event that you do or piece of gameplay, I don't know what to call it exactly because there are actually events as well, but after everything that you do, you get some type of choice between what you want to grab. Usually it's between gold or some type of mercenary or a new spell or a new weapon. So it's pretty interesting.
That is so cool. I love that. And so there's like Slay the Spire style events too and everything?
Yeah.
Dude, this game is
writing's pretty good,
outrageous.
too.
Absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, and I love that each of the modules looks like classic D&D.
Yeah.
It's the art is like, I mean, they knew what they were going for. All right, we are playing a monk this time. Interesting. I am ready when you are.
I'm ready. That's another weird thing is like I don't have a ready button I can click to like indicate
That's a good
that I'm
point.
ready.
That would certainly be helpful.
So what are you noticing is kind of the difference when playing these characters? Do they feel very different outside of just the layout of the character sheet? Are you playing differently?
They all have very different abilities that I'm struggling to find out what they do ahead of time since it starts so fast. But they're definitely feeling different based on their stats as well.
Okay.
I have some sort of beam laser that just keeps going, it
Wow.
looks like, this time.
Okay. flamethrower monk. That's how I build all my monks in D&D.
Interestingly, we have a spiked hammer. Not very monk-like. I love this beam ability, by the way.
It looks cool.
3d6. It's so expensive.
How much does it cost?
3d6.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll pump up the 6s wherever we can then.
Yeah, this time we're looking for D4s, D20s, D6s, and D12s. In fact, we don't have a 6, which is kind of crazy.
Wow. So chunky on the abilities.
Oh, yeah.
Grab a 6. Pull these down. Put these down.
We also seem to have an extremely expensive mercenary that I'd like to check out. We can't afford.
What do we need for that?
Gold, which I think you get from doing match 5s of D10s, if I'm not mistaken.
Holy crap. Okay. Jeez. Well, we're never going to get that mercenary then.
I'm close to losing us one anyways, so...
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah. The cooldowns are quite hefty on this one, in addition to having an extremely expensive cost.
Interesting. I keep on matching 4s when there are no monsters on the board, and then I feel bad.
That is exactly the experience I had in single player. I was like, oh, I got 4. No one's here.
Shit. Okay, you come down. There we go. That was good. That was very solid. Get the trains going. 4. Get it. Get it. Get it. Haven't played D&D in a long time. It's pretty good. If you can find the right group, it can be a life-defining time. It can be absolutely amazing. If you have the wrong group, maybe just don't play. Okay, that's good. Slide that over. That's feeling good. Slide these over. Good. This reminds me of like you must build a boat.
So far so good. We lost our headpiece, and you murdered a Dex guy that I didn't know about.
Who needs a headpiece? Come on. All the main characters take off their helmets as soon as they get into battle.
That is a good point. You're not wrong.
I remember seeing a writer like complaining about that so bad, saying there's so many good ways to get a helmet off of a main character. Don't have them just rip it off for no reason.
That's also true. You could get it blasted off somehow.
Yeah. Or like it's too hard to see. There's some obscuring effect, or you got blood splattered on top of the visor or something. You know, there's all sorts of things. They're overheating. Make combo matches for more gold. Yes, yes. Get a couple gold for each match.
Okay, we lost Mercenary. No big deal. Also, our Dex got absolutely bodied. Our Strength is going next.
You don't need strength as a monk. So chat is informing me that you get gold when we do combo matches as well.
Ah, that's helpful.
Thank you, Lime Blossom. How's your project going, by the way, Lime Blossom? How's your tactics game going? Are you still doing like piecemeal game jams to get accustomed to building it?
This thing is called a demonic convoy, and it's messing us up.
Convoy is messing us up? Well, that's unacceptable.
Ooh, you got us enough gold for the expensive mercenary.
That there, and then okay, we can do that. And then
I saw someone in the chat say that monks only need wisdom, of course. That's mostly true.
Health is also helpful, I will say.
Oh yeah, for a monk?
Hard to do much if you're dead.
True. And yet I see so many people dumping con in D&D.
It's not a very glamorous stat.
That's true. Doesn't affect any skills.
Although so I'm playing a barbarian in my new level 1 game that I'm doing with a couple of people from the neighborhood. And my barbarian dwarf was able to chase down a whole bunch of goblins that were peppering us with poisoning, paralyzing arrows, and he still stood. He gave everyone what they needed to get through that fight.
Hell yeah.
To keep pushing it with Bracky's Jam. Nice, nice. I need to start planning for Bracky's Jam.
I've been
really want to be on a
miserably.
team.
A lot of our stats are down. We only have one mercenary type left, and it's the expensive one.
Okay. Well, I'm chucking some 5s at us. Yeah, I really want to work on a team for Brackies. I need to start working on putting together some folks who would like to participate in that.
Our actual damaging abilities are on such long cooldowns here.
So is it kind of like gear up your damage and then survive for a while? And do we have like good survival abilities, or?
We've got some
Judy
type
Fighter,
of
good to see ya.
debuff that I see that it slows for sure. I'm not sure what else it does though.
Ooh, that was a good match. Yeah, so my side is match 3, trying to give him what he needs to cast spells.
Thank God.
All right, get wrecked.
We were getting close to dying there.
Hey, the only hit point that matters is the last one. It's fine.
That's a good point. You're fully effective until you're dead.
That's right. This ain't oh no, what is that old Game Boy Tactics game? Shoot. Where like you have armies, but then your armies lose health, and as they lose health, they lose effectiveness.
Advance Wars.
Thank you, Advance Wars. That's absolutely it.
Great game.
Rubik's Cube, this is a lot of fun. We're having a really good time.
Did you see the kind of spiritual successor to that, made by totally different people, but very similar gameplay? Wargroove. I think they're making a second one.
Yeah, I do remember seeing that. My brother really wanted me and my other brother to play that, and neither of us got it because it was like on Switch. We're like, yeah. Practice is too long for you. We'll have to team up on another jam.
I don't think I'll be getting one anytime soon.
Yeah, the Steam Deck kind of filled the void left by the Switch for me. Steam Deck kind of does it.
It's so sick.
Zaft, I'd love to partner with you sometime.
We'll
have to find a jam that works for us.
We're playing an Orc Ranger. That's an interesting combo there.
Oh, fun. Lime Blossom, that sounds
7.
awesome.
Seems tough.
Okay, hold on. I think someone's knocking on the door. I gotta go check that out real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
No worries. Take your time. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you are enjoying the stream so far. I apologize for my terrible gameplay. It is hard to break the keyboard conditioning. You're not wrong. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Appreciate that.
Thanks for your patience there.
Oh, no worries. I was just chatting with your chat here.
Nice. Rubik's, yeah. There you go. Be a hype man. Hey, we all need support in many different ways. People have been sending me messages like, hey, I want to volunteer for the organization. What can I do? And I'm like, you guys, I have 8 trillion things I need to get done and have no time to do it. If you take any of these things off my plate, I will love you forever.
Yeah, that's so kind when people do stuff like that.
For real.
All right. We are doing something crazy here. I should probably be reading these out loud in my chat, but I'm not. This looks like wild art, though.
It is cool art. Also, your approach there is exactly my approach to like eating healthy and taking care of myself. Like, yeah, I should do this, but nope.
Listen, I recognize that it's a thing that I should be doing, and that counts for something, I think.
Absolutely. All right, level 7 plus. Does this go up to like level 20?
That's my guess based on what we're seeing here. Just because that's the max in D&D for now. So probably is my guess.
I'm feeling pretty good. We're cruising through. We went through like 3 of these already. We're in the mid-level range. I'm ready. Let's take down Coroner Dukov. Wait, no, we're helping Coroner Dukov.
Gator Ooze just informed me that there is a way to play the full campaigns online. You use local co-op plus Steam Remote Play together.
Oh.
But then it depends on the bandwidth quality, unfortunately.
Okay.
That is a good tip, though. Thank you for that.
That would be fun. Yeah, that would be a ton of fun. And I did see the local co-op. That is very rad.
Yeah, very sick. All right, I am ready if you are.
I'm so ready.
Here we go. I'm worried, man. The higher level we get, the more worried I get.
But the higher level, the cooler abilities we have. We're gonna wreck it. We're gonna wreck it, Ralph, wreck it.
You are not wrong. We've got a lot of melee weapons this time.
Okay, so we're a melee-based Orc Ranger. Okay, fun.
We've got D4s, D6s, D8s, D10s, and D20s. So the only one we don't really need is D12.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
No worries.
There we go. And where else can we go? Where else do we go? Ah, there's just so many non-options. Jeez.
It's starting to feel like they're doing a lot more damage and we're doing a lot less damage.
Listen, you just finished wave 100 on Cataclysmo. I have complete faith in you on this. You are trained. You're ready. That was good. Get this blue cross going. Ooh, 4 on the yellows. Ooh, bring that over.
Crossbow is doing so much damage, but it's single target.
Okay, I mean, we are a ranger. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's doing like 25 when our other abilities are doing like 8.
Is this a Steam game? Yes, Rubik's. There's the Steam link. Definitely check it out. It is criminally underviewed. It's been highlighted by Retro once or twice. It is such a cool idea. It is so much more than it appears on the surface. When I saw this, I was like, oh, it's a cute match 3. It's going to be kind of, you know, this kind of hectic thing. No, like this D&D theme runs throughout, and it is deeply complex. This is a very intense game, and I'm really here for it. Gosh, oh gosh. So normally it's single player, and you're doing both of these things simultaneously. It's a lot less hectic on the defense side of things, but still definitely very hectic because you're bouncing between both different modes, right? All right, let's drag stuff over.
Sorry, didn't mean to pause. I was trying to use my push to talk.
You're just fine.
I was just going to say, Gatorooz is giving me good tips over here. He's saying that the crossbow does extra damage against unliving, which is probably why it's doing so much to some of these enemies.
Yeah, like there is full-on damage types in this game, which is crazy to try and keep that in your head while you're doing all this other stuff.
I really think the push pause is something we're supposed to be
Yeah. You feel free to pause whenever you need to. I don't think I really need to pause, but you do it whenever you want to. It'll give me time to consider how do I set stuff up appropriately. We can even, you know, strategize like, hey, this guy needs the crossbow to die, but we're out of mana. I need you to figure out how to get more crossbow bolts, please. We could totally
I hear
do that.
what you're saying, but that's cowardly.
You belong to the school of thought of, like, Dark Souls pausing is evil. No pausing in menus.
Not normally, but I feel like this is like a torture the streamer game. People want to see us panic.
Well, people don't come to my stream for esports. That's for darn sure. Different types of art.
Mine for that reason either.
Yeah, I agree. Zaft, I think this game needs like some strong art direction and
I was feeling confident,
just visual direction
I'm
overall.
looking at what's happening here, and I'm not.
Yeah, I am really struggling to get these matches for you. I am so sorry.
No worries. There's tons of stuff on screen, and I'm like, what is happening?
We'll drag this down over to the right. And then we can... No, I have miscalculated. We'll do this, I guess. Then we can drag down, drag these over, and then up. Get the D6s, because those are a huge thing for this character. Drag down, to the right. The right. Nice, that was good.
Dude,
That
you
was
just
good.
torched the entire wave. That was sick.
Nice. About time I got a good combo here. But yeah, I think that's the big issue with this game is just the art direction. I think a lot of people aren't giving it a shot because it is kind of difficult to parse out, right? Aesthetic usability effect is real, and it is not helping this game out very much, which is a crying shame because I am loving everything that they're doing. Add this game to my wish list. I'm to like 90 games now. Nice. Oh, did we do it?
Oh,
nice.
Let's go.
Reinforcements have run dry. Absolutely.
Woo.
Yeah, this is rad. I'm excited to try to swap when we get like. Should we go through until like either we hit a wall and we can't beat it, or we beat everything and then swap roles and see what the other side is doing?
I'm totally down for whatever.
Dude, let's do it. I'm excited.
All right.
Devouring
Ooh, we're going into the
Tides.
ocean.
Half Mer Paladin. Okay.
Let's go. That sounds pretty sick. By the way, I am concerned. There is a water effect underwater. I hope it doesn't make you as nauseous as it made me.
Oh,
but,
no.
I have a feeling that's going to apply here.
Okay, all right. Well, you feel free to take some retch breaks whenever you need them.
All right, here we go.
Oh, I love this. Oh, whoa. I get what you're saying now.
It's killing me already.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot and not a lot. Like, there's not even a color shader over it. It's just warping it, which it feels really weird. I definitely need some color for my brain to contextualize this.
Gator Ooze just let me know that we can turn it off if it gets to be too much.
Okay, that's cool. I'm glad they did include that. That's good.
Same.
Accessibility options never hurt anyone. I actually just watched a short from the lead designer of Dave the Diver, where they said, no, we have button mashing in the game. It is deliberate design. We're never going to change this. And then someone wrote in saying, I really want to play your game, but I can't because I have muscular problems, and this aggravates that. And then they finally realized, okay, all right, we'll add in an option to skip that, I guess, if you need to.
That's really cool of them.
Yeah, I'm glad they listened to that feedback.
That seems like I've been wanting to get that game so badly, especially with all the cool collabs it's doing, but I just haven't picked it up yet.
Fair. Yeah, it's on my wish list as well. Blades, we're going to get to Gatekeeper.
It's got like an extremely sick lightning ability here. I love lightning. It's so rad.
That's awesome. We're going to get to Gatekeeper on Monday. This was scheduled about a week ago, so we've been kind of committed to this one for a little while. We're going to get to Gatekeeper next week.
With it.
So we'll start that off first thing on Monday. We have a couple other games we're also going to be doing analysis of. We got Enshrouded on the docket I've been sent a key for. We've got Dread Delusion. We've got Star Knight, Order of the Vertex, Tenebris, and then Wolfstride as well from our friend Tatas. So we've got a lot of analysis queued up for the next week or so. Yeah. Nice. That's going to be good. That's going to be a good one. Grab that. Oh, no. Every time the screen shakes, I'm like, oh, no, I'm failing him. I'm not getting him what he needs. Jeez. I can't even find a match.
I just spent a sizable portion of time trying to attack our mercenaries.
I actually got to a point where we had no valid moves on the match 3, so it completely gave me a new board.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I hadn't seen that happen.
I was wondering how that was going to work, because there have been a lot of times where I felt like there was only one valid move on the board. So that's good to know that there's not, like, protection in the random generation. Like, it will just be random.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful. You would hate to see it, a situation where you just can't proceed.
You know, that'd be a good game jam game idea, is the game is called Soft Block, and the entire game is just avoiding all the many ways you can soft block the game.
I could see that. Like a puzzle game?
Yeah. There we go. Nice 4s.
I think we might be paladin mains.
Oh yeah? Are we crushing it?
Dude, we're killing it.
Nice. What do you think is making the difference here? Does it feel like difference in waves or in the abilities we have?
That's a good question. I feel like the waves might be smaller and our abilities might be more my style.
Okay, very cool. Your style. What's your style?
I really am enjoying this lightning flamethrower type dealie.
The monk had
one?
that as well, right?
They had a wind one that seemed to do significantly less damage than this one.
Oh, interesting. Okay. There's no way to bring that down. Okay, bring this down. Over, I guess, no, to the right? Yeah, that's like a good idea, maybe. You're making so many split decisions so fast. It is genuinely quite difficult. My bet is that all of the minions are also getting lost because of the water effect, and they just can't figure out what they're supposed to do.
That would be pretty funny, considering a lot of them are like fish-based.
Right.
Okay, it also could be that they were taking it easy, yes, because it was the beginning of the wave.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, yeah, we're getting a little bit cooked now.
Grilled fish. Have some fours. Yeah.
Let's go. Unironically super helpful.
Good. I'm telling chat that, like, every time I see the screen shake, I'm just consumed with anxiety that I'm not getting you what you need in time.
Nah, it's going great. Our failings currently are on my end, I think.
Well, or they just made a difficult game, and we're playing through the difficult game.
It is crazy difficult, I will say.
I am having a great time with this, though, and I'm really excited to try the campaign. I had no idea you would, like, build a persistent character and go through a full campaign. That is so cool, and I'm just dying to go try that out now.
Speaking of dying, we are dying horrible.
Oh, no!
But I agree with you entirely. We got a bunch of freaking whites spawned at the same time that were just going for a HP, all of them. We lost like 20. But yeah, the campaign is really neat. I like that, like the different cheese that you could pick had different attributes and stuff, and there's different classes that have different things offered to them.
The different what that you can pick?
Sorry, species as well as classes.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're gonna die. We're so cooked. Oh no!
I believe in us. I believe in a thing called dice. No!
I'm so sorry. They got us. Team defeated.
Brutal. The Sea Wing.
I had no idea that you had to activate the Dice Ultras. Apparently, all of the things you've been activating, you have to actually click at the bottom.
I have to click them.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
Gatoroo's just let me
man.
know. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, me neither. Did the tutorial go over that? I don't think it did. I'm so glad we have people who know what they're doing in your chat that are giving us some tips here.
Same. These tips are super helpful. Do you want to try switching off? Would you like to try the tower defense?
Sure, we can do that right now.
All right, I'm down. I am terrible at match threes. I will put that out there.
Probably not worse than me, so...
Do you mind if we take a quick break? I just have to use the restroom.
Absolutely, go for it.
All right,
I'll take a break too and
right
rehydrate.
Back.
I just realized I'm muted. All right, I'm back. Welcome back.
Okay,
So, yeah,
I am back as well.
Okay, let's start off again at level 1, if that's okay, because
Absolutely.
I'm so keyed into that match 3, and I like all knowledge of how the character sheet works is gone.
Totally understand. Feel free to pause if you need to, because there's a lot of stuff you could be checking out, like what the abilities do and stuff that I did not do mostly.
Sure. Also, this game definitely needs a streamer mode so that the invite a friend thing just isn't constantly there.
Oh, that's a good point. I probably showed off my entire friend list before, didn't I?
Yep.
Whoops. Speaking of which, they have to have like a way to just switch roles instead of starting a new game.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we were talking about that before the stream. I don't know if it's like a technical limitation or what. Like if this was just how they could get it out the door, but that's a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course you're going to be swapping. Like no one's going to be so hyper specialized that they just stick around in one role the entire time they play with someone, right?
I wouldn't think so. The invite you sent did not take me into the game, strangely enough.
You know, it didn't work with me either. I always had to go into the server browser and just look in private.
All right, let me do that real quick.
Yeah. Ooh, Zaft, best of luck! This is with the same team as before? Can't wait to see what you guys produce. You've been knocking out a series of bangers recently. Can't wait.
All right, this looks much different than what I was looking at.
Yeah, you're missing the scenarios and everything. Yeah. All right, let's be generic human clerics.
All right, sounds good.
Just when you thought you couldn't have something more generic than a dwarf cleric, in comes the human cleric.
You're not wrong. Say what you will, but I love playing humans.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Ah! I keep using things on accident. Oh, dear.
Oh, I got a 4 saved up. Get wrecked.
Okay. Jeez, I don't even, like, I'm clicking on things and nothing is happening. Oh, right click. I have to right click. Shoot.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Oh, those cooldowns are killer.
Oh, yeah. You got to be swapping abilities constantly. I will say I'm much less stressed out than I was when I was doing this by myself.
Yeah, there's a lot happening here.
Okay. Matches. I need to make them. I'm struggling.
Okay, I'm kind of figuring out how to stay on top of things here.
It gets easier as you go along, for sure. And by that, I mean it actually gets much harder.
I am paying no attention to the resources available to me, and I am just blasting things. So thank you for being really on top of this.
I can't believe that that's the case because I'm failing miserably.
Dang it. I keep on trying to cancel out of an ability and hitting escape or left or right click to escape, and that is the opposite of what it is.
Yeah, the controls take a little bit of getting used to. The right click on to activate things was strange.
I'm really curious why they went with that. Like, I'm sure they have a reason because it's so different that there has to have been a line of logic there, and I really want to see what it is.
Yeah, I'd be curious to find out myself. I hope you like D6s because I'm getting an awful lot of them.
They're the most stable building block of all the dice.
That's a good point.
Oh, thank you for that.
No worries.
Ooh, sheesh. We are not doing very well here. Oh my goodness.
No, I believe you got this. We're at 21 HP. We're fine.
So sorry about that.
That's okay.
Just realizing I haven't been using any items whatsoever.
I don't think I used an item a single time. There's no hotkey for it, so I was like, Mercenary's super useful, by the way, but also no hotkey, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If you press shift, by the way, it'll show all the hotkeys available to you, which is kind of helpful.
Oh, that is nice. Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. What is that crazy thing you've got going on over there?
It's consecrated earth. It's recurring area damage to unliving.
I see. That's one of the items.
Yeah. I'm really glad they start us off with something that is equally good at spells and weapons, because I do not have it in me right now to be meaningfully making decisions about what I'm throwing down on the board.
If you think I did, you are giving me way too much credit.
Whoa, sheesh.
Let's go.
Am I supposed to be doing something with experience?
I'm not sure.
All right. I got my wife asking for me to go grab our boy, so I'm gonna go grab the carrier, and
nice.
while we queue up for the next fight with our hyena folk rogue. I didn't know we were hyena folk. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab Dev Jr. I'll be right back.
Okay, no worries. I hope you're doing well, Fox's chat. It turns out the dev is in my chat. I didn't realize. That's why we were getting such good tips. But hope everyone's doing well and having fun. Highly encourage you to check the game out yourself. Looks like there is still a publicly available demo, and if you're interested in purchasing it, it is $9.99. Not currently on sale or anything, that's just the total price. If you're a fan of TTRPGs, definitely encourage you to check out the campaign mode. You make your own character, you pick the species that you are, the class. They have different modifiers to their scores there based on what you pick, and they get different stuff offered to them, which is really neat. It's a fun time. Also, the writing is pretty good too.
I'm ready for more fun time. Speaking of.
Absolutely. Just real quick, Gator Ooze, the one that's been giving me very helpful tips, is one of the developers.
Oh, Gator, thank you for making such a fun game.
So Gator said that originally attack was on left click, but in the Steam playtest, the feedback was that meant you couldn't place an attack on any selectable area on the sheet, like the spells and the weapons and items and stuff, as it would select that thing instead. So he moved it to right mouse button, e.g. dropping an AoE to hit a crowd of enemies around your spells.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even know I could like select things on the character sheet. I need to play around with that a little bit.
Yeah, so that's how you have to get the items and the mercenaries, because there's no hotkeys for them. So it makes sense that if you're left-clicking there, you wouldn't want to be left-clicking to release abilities and stuff. Because
characters can walk on top of where your actual spell list is and everything.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Well, ready to dive in? Absolutely. Are we hyenaing?
We are gonna hyena it up.
That's a hyena.
I love that you can cheat right at the beginning, by the way.
Cheat?
Oh yeah, I started doing things before we even rolled for initiative.
Nice.
Cheat my ass off over here.
Okay. So we got a ton of mercenaries. Holy crap.
Yeah, so they last a little while and then they go away and they cost gold. But in this mode, gold resets whenever we start a new module, so who cares?
Yeah. Holy crap, there's a lot of things. Jeez.
Oh yeah, it gets crazy.
Yeah, I get what you're saying about the spells not feeling as good on the rogue, which makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do it here. You probably can, but if you hover over the stats in single player, it'll tell you everything that they do. So like intelligence, for example, increases spells damage, whereas wisdom decreases the spell's cooldowns. And I think they have similar stats for strength and strength and dex.
Okay. Whoa, Lich Dust has like 0 cooldown. Holy crap.
Yeah, I think that's the one that doesn't do damage, but like slows or stuns.
Yeah.
That was super useful for getting through this for me. Oh boy, this is rough. I start to panic whenever I can't see anything to match.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I messed up before, that hurts.
Ooh, nice. War God's March is absurd. What does this cost? We need 12s. We need 1 billion 12s.
I just got a 5-bopper, which means I can do something. I just got you 200 gold.
Ooh, nice.
Let's go.
That's another mercenary. And my sword, my dagger poisons. I didn't notice that. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the abilities do status effects that are super helpful. I'm noticing that there's an interesting difference between playing alone and playing multiplayer in that I'm sitting here trying to make 4 combos, and that's probably not something you'd do alone because you want these freaking dice. Like, what if you needed the D12s I'm trying to set up a combo for it?
I can see that. Nice. That was a clean wave. That was a very good wave.
Oh, yeah. We're going nuts with it, dude.
Yeah, we got a full bank over there, man. This is great. And I'm realizing paralyze things as soon as they come out, let everything stack up, and then use one War God's March to do 2d12 to everything in that huge space.
Yeah, dude,
This
that
is
paralyze
good.
is crazy. It leads to a lot of good stuff you can do.
Like I just nuked like 10 dudes at the same time. Ah, now they're getting status immunities. Okay.
Those are the guys that get the damage shields. They're rough.
Yeah, dude. This Lich Dust right on the portals is outrageous.
Yeah.
Final wave. There we go.
I didn't even realize it said that.
I know, right? It's very hard to see.
Ooh, I just did a thing.
Yeah, you did. Holy cow. Yes, you absolutely did.
I think I got you 200 gold and did a damage wave by clicking that dice.
Oh, for a 5?
I think maybe. I'm pretty sure that's how you get those, but I'm not positive.
Easy, easy. We didn't even
Let's
lose a
go.
single thing that time.
Hell yeah.
Nice. I love this game so much.
Yeah, it's a blast. I especially am enjoying multiplayer mode. It's a much less stressful experience.
So, do you think matching or the defense is more or less stressful?
I think that when I'm matching things, I can compartmentalize. I'm not watching anything that you're doing usually.
Yeah.
And it feels less stressful for that reason. Because when you're over on the other side, the tower defense side, you're seeing your stats getting blasted and you're like, oh my God, no.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the only thing that kind of changes that for me with the dice is that the direction you drag in affects where the dice where everything flows into. That is what like really keeps me engaged in the match 3.
I am gonna be honest with you, my brain is off when I'm match 3ing. I'm like, is there 3? I'm doing it.
Yeah. No, I hear ya. All right, you ready for number 3? Our Disraka Monk. I don't know what a Disraka is, but
That's a good question. I don't know what that is either. But yes, I am absolutely ready.
let's do it.
Eater says we could go for the high score in endless mode. I don't know that we have that in us, but it's an option.
Well, on that last character, that was friggin' batty. That was a really good combo that we had puzzled together there.
Yeah, that oh man, I have a 4 that I want to wait to use. That paralyzed though is crazy. Super helpful.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if there's any viability to saving that 4 like I did. Or if it's ultimately bad because you have less dice to play with.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Probably depends on the specific scenario you're in.
Yeah.
And how hard you're dying.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, that was a decent wave, though.
I think this is the one that started off incredibly easy, and then I got cocky, and it got really hard.
Oh, I just barely found our gold. Every time you jump into a new fight, it's like, okay, quickly familiarize yourself with everything, including the basic layout.
Yeah, the character sheet does change, and it's pretty neat, I'd say, but also definitely confusing.
I really like it though. I dig it. It makes we talk a lot about like verisimilitude in the stream, and I think having the different character sheets really makes it feel like a real world, like a real place. Like these are real character sheets that some nerd has made, and it's amazing. And it makes you so excited to see what is new and how do those things adjust over time.
Absolutely. And then mechanically speaking, it also changes where you're going to be defending every time, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's a great point. I didn't even think about that, but of course that's correct. Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, I see what you're saying. This is definitely getting a little,
Oh, yeah, ramps up. All right, check that out. It didn't do it that time. Crap.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure how the wind funnel damages things. If it's like, every X amount of time it ticks damage, or if it's on contact it does damage, or, like, some combo.
I think on the lightning it was a combination. I'm not sure about the wind, though. It could just be that it's doing an extremely small amount of damage, which is kind of how I felt about it, especially compared to the lightning.
Interesting.
Fun
But,
effect,
like,
though.
it's one of our only damaging things, so I have to be using it, like, constantly.
Oh yeah, this one's a bit rough. Gatoroo says on the beam spells, if you switch between targets, it damages faster. The tick is halved. Interesting.
Okay. I kind of got that impression that it was a good idea to just kind of swing around a bunch. Yeah, I see why you attacked the mercenaries now, because they have a red outline sometimes, and it is a little confusing.
Yeah.
Next wave, here we go.
I just messed
Gatekeeper
up before.
announcement on
I hate
Steam?
that.
Ooh,
I see
what's
it
going
at the
on
last
with that,
second, and I'm
Blades?
like, oh, stop. Go back. Ooh, I'm about to slow everybody. Get wrecked.
Nice. Oh, there's just like no time to even think about anything. More withering gazes, hammers, slingshots, hammer, funnel, blast, spread, everything, hit everything. Oh gosh, mercenaries, go. Reworking a few of the item systems. Whew! Map size and adding a mini-map. They also added a new item system where you can upgrade items that have
Yeah,
abilities to multiply.
it's a little
Cool.
strange.
Sounds fun.
The mercenaries look like they're changing. I just messed up before again. Changing colors from yellow to red. Maybe that's an indication of how much longer they're going to last.
Oh, you may be right. Yeah, because they start off on green, it looks like. So you may be right, maybe duration. Whew, that was brutal. We took a lot of damage on that last wave.
It's tough, man. Gatoroo just said, Merc yellow aura is at 50% duration, red is at 75%.
Gotcha. So we had the right idea there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Level 4. This is the last one we did the other way around. Before dying at the Devouring Tides.
We did the next one.
Right. Yeah, this is where we
Or
failed.
we tried the next one.
This is the last one we succeeded. All right. Orc Ranger. Surgeon from the Outer Lands is battling to save Crow's Claw, and you'll do your bit unnoticed in the shadows by cutting off the enemy's reinforcements. I almost would appreciate...
This one, the crossbow goes nuts.
Yeah, I was about to say, I would almost appreciate in here, like, some sort of... as an Orc Ranger, and then we get some narrative, but then also work in a little bit of text to say, your crossbow will obliterate the undead hordes, while your swords will slash the demons, or something. Like, some way to kind of give a little hint to the player, oh, this is how this character is going to play before jumping in.
Yeah, that would be neat. My guess is that probably they didn't include that to save space so they could get the full art, and then also they expect you probably to pause when you get in to read all your abilities, which we've not been doing because that's no fun.
Right, and playing multiple times, becoming familiar with it and everything. Totally get that.
I do agree, though, that would be helpful to have like a little primer, like, yeah, do this.
And you can work it into the narrative. It doesn't necessarily have to be a whole lot more.
Yeah, you could do like some flavor text about the Deadbone crossbow being an artifact or something that slaughters undead.
Yeah, doing double damage against the unliving. Oh, shoot. Hold on. My dog snuck her way in.
No worries. Pause if you need to. Yep,
Hey,
got it.
Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. She gets really cranky if she's in here for some reason, and we have yet to figure it out.
All good. I have the opposite problem with my cats. If they're not near me, they go freaking nuts.
Okay. So, cool. All right. I will say, I do like how they have like the 3d4 on the weapon list and everything, so you can kind of at a glance see a little bit about what it all does. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna jump back in here.
I'm ready. I see a 4-bopper.
Just obliterated that spider. Jeez. Okay, that's number one is a slow. Bloodbound. Is that an undead? Can't even tell. Smiting ring. I smite at thee. Go, 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 go. Come on. There we go. Nice. Knock you down. Get the stats going. Some poisons. Rain. There we go. Crossbow right there. Nice. Just takes a little bit of patience sometimes. I'm seeing that sometimes being patient on this is beneficial, where you need to kind of let them path to where your abilities can hit them better.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It is hard to do when you're panicking, though.
Oh, 100 billion%.
I think the crossbow and other bolt-like weapons pierce through targets as well, so you might be able to set something up that way, but it is rough.
The bolt weapons do what? Sorry?
Pierce through enemies. So, like, if there's one at the bottom, I think if you shoot it towards the top, it'll go through everything on the way there.
Oh, what? I thought I was just determining direction. No, it will, like, die at where you put the mouse cursor. Jeez. Okay.
Don't get super used to that, though, because there's others that don't seem to do that, and you want to hit with the mouse. Like, there was a lightning ball spell that I got in single player, and that one did pierce, but the majority of the damage came from landing on the target.
That makes sense. Yeah, all these like little mechanics are getting me so excited to dive into the campaign version.
Yeah, it's so neat. I love that you slowly customize your character after every mission.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Ooh, Gatoroo says that projectiles do an extra hit on the bullseye.
Projectiles don't hit on the bullseye?
They do an extra hit. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I remember seeing that. Okay. So that's really cool. So you can kind of decide what to do. I didn't know what bullseye meant. Now that makes perfect sense.
Sorry to not respond there. I was in the match 3 zone. Yeah, I wasn't sure about bullseye at first either, but it makes sense when you think about it that it's like, okay, that's obviously what it meant. I don't know how I missed that.
That's why usability is such like a big deal, because it's always confusing until it's incredibly obvious.
Yeah.
There's a great story of a usability legend, Steve Krug, where he would go into, like, do audits for these companies and say, all right, here's all the stuff you can do to improve the usability. And then, like, executives would say, well, that's all obvious stuff. And he says, well, if it was obvious, then why didn't you do it yet?
Yeah, that's a good point. There's something very satisfying about getting crazy combos where things keep following aim and
Yes,
like disappearing.
of course.
I wish I could say I was doing it even slightly on purpose.
I do have to say, you're doing great on this. Like, I have almost never wanted to use an ability and been unable to.
I felt the same way when you were doing the match 3, so give yourself some credit.
Woo!
I just messed up before. I'm so upset.
Yes, understanding how those projectiles work is super satisfying. Of aiming towards a big guy at the back of a big horde and just watching your crossbow bolt plow through everything and doing a ton of damage to the boss. That's really satisfying.
Totally agree. I love that each of the different types of weapons does something different as well.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we ready for Nausea Zone?
I'm not feeling very ready, but as ready as I'm going to be.
Do you want to go turn that effect off, or?
No, not the nausea. Just we got crushed last time.
I believe in us. We've got double the amount of experience that we had last time.
That's true. The abilities on the paladin feel very strong, and then things get crazy.
All right, looking forward to it. I do love this art too. Like, it is so reminiscent of old like 80s D&D modules.
It's the most AD&D thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's so like Keep on the Borderlands, but like a slightly more modern rendering of it, where artists have just kind of gotten better and budgets have gone up, but still very thematic in that style.
Yes. I can't wait to see what the I assume it's going to be a similar art style, but what the art looks like in the sci-fi version.
Yeah. Ah, cool. All right, let's do this. Devouring Tides. Let's go.
Here we go.
Sound the Drums of War. So it's 2d12 or 3d4. Okay. We have a Morning Star, Trident, Twisted Weapon with straight damage. I assume we'll figure out what that does. Disruptive. Undead enemies will quake in fear. So use this against undead. Okay. And then the Trident is also just a AoE. Okay. Bop. That Warhammer's so good. Trying to get as many things in the radius as I can. Looks like we do have some healing potions, nightmare fuel, sleep and damages an enemy. Wow, okay. That stays in the radius. Cool. Yeah, the weapons for the I haven't used a single spell, and the weapons are super strong.
Paladin's nuts, dude.
Now you make me want to play a squirrel paladin.
I'm currently playing an alternate version of Paladin in one of the campaigns that I'm in, and it's awesome.
An alternate version? What does that mean?
So there's a homebrewer named Laser Llama that's super respected in the homebrew field. I'm not normally a fan of homebrew, but he makes like class changes that are pretty obvious, but super fun to play. So the sorcerer is, the paladin, the alternate paladin, is kind of like a sorcerer in the way that it gets spells and can choose to get new ones as it levels up and stuff. It's really cool.
Interesting. I don't even really know how that would shake out, but I'm definitely down to learn. That sounds cool.
It's fun.
Come on, Lightning Storm. Bop. Bop. Way-oh. All right. Lightning.
There is an ability you're using that is shaking the screen so much.
I think it's the weapon. I think it's the, like, Warhammer.
The impact is cool.
I mean, you got to get the juice.
It's a lot with the water effect at the same time, but we got this.
Juice above all else, my friend.
Exactly. No, Gator says that you can disable the screen shake as well if you need to.
Thank you, Gator. Thank you for including that. Where's our gold? Oh, We got so much gold. You've been killing it on those combos. Holy crap. I didn't even notice how much gold we had.
I got like a bunch of match 4s in a row somehow. It was not planned, but I'm going to try to pretend that it was.
That's pure humility right there.
Exactly. Ooh, a 5? Let's go.
Nice.
Okay,
Ooh, let
I
me
just
know when you
reduced-
use that, because that makes mercenaries less expensive. So I should just like start
I
pumping
was just
them.
going to say. I just
Okay.
reduced the cost forever.
Awesome, thank you.
No worries. I love that each of the different dice has a different effect for the 5s if you can get them. It's really cool.
Yeah, there is a lot to this game. I don't know a better way to put it. It's just every time you think you've kind of figured out all the mechanics, there's another little wrinkle that's like, oh, wow, okay, that's another thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, you can tell a lot of thought and love went into this game, and I appreciate that greatly.
Lots of system design.
Even just the theme is like, you could tell that the person that developed it loves TTRPGs.
Oh, yeah. Nice, that was huge.
It even feels like more than just a theme. Like you could have just done, okay, this is a TTRPG theme, and then not touch the mechanics at all. But the mechanics make it feel like you are, in fact, creating a TTRPG character, and that's really neat.
Yeah. It's why I really want to get into the story, because a ton of the equipment we have is like double damage against undead. Well, we just happen to be fighting a bunch of undead this time around. So it feels kind of samey. But if you're making those decisions across a long series, then you're like, oh, undead, let me get my Warhammer out, right?
That's a good point. If you know the module you're in has a bunch of undead, you're going to be very excited to see an undead destroying spell or weapon.
Yeah. All right, final wave. Final wave. We're doing it.
Let's go. I just did an insane combo by accident. Like crazy.
The paladin thanks you. Honestly, I'm not loving the lightning spell. I find it not really doing a whole lot for me.
I like the effects. It looks rad. Maybe that's why we lost, is because I was using it so much.
It is pretty rad, I'll give you that. I was mostly just wondering, like, did you unlock something that I am unaware of? Dude,
No,
easy.
it just looked cool as hell.
Easy. We
Oh
didn't
my
lose
God,
a
we did
single
it.
thing.
Let's go, dude.
No problem. All right, level 11, Halfling Bard, the best character in any game.
I wonder how Bard plays out in this.
As long as I have a frying pan on my head, then I'm going to be happy.
Ah, Gatoruz is saying a lot of the underwater guys have high magic resistance.
Oh, there
So
you go.
I was definitely relying more on spells. That's probably a large part of the reason we die.
There you go. There you go. All right. Let's do this thing.
All right. I also like that the rolling for initiative actually has a mechanical benefit. You've got extra seconds based on what you roll.
Yeah, that is really interesting, huh? I kind of wish that happened like at the start of every wave.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just because it, like, you're right, it feels good. And so I just want that feeling more.
Yeah, agreed. I could also see it feeling bad, though. Like if you roll a 1. You're like, ah, damn it, they screwed me for this wave.
Sure, sure. Does that stay persistent across all waves?
I think it's just a one-time benefit of the number
Okay.
of seconds that you... Actually, that's a good point. I don't know. Maybe it adds it to every wave. I'm not sure.
Pressure of the sea.
We rolled a 5, so I am generally not seeing when waves start, but if the next one says 1 minute and 5 seconds, my guess is that it probably lasts for the entire map.
Okay, interesting. Stop being invincible.
Super helpful to have the Devin here. Gatoroo says, initiative is only for the first wave, but that's a really interesting idea to roll each wave.
Well, really interesting ideas are everywhere in game dev. but I'm sure that Gator's going to come up with the right solution or lack of action for their system. We talk all the time about the dangers of, what would be cool? When you show your game to someone, yeah, this would be really cool if it were like an MMO open world RPG. Like, okay, all right, this is not what we were wanting anymore.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you can offer as many cool ideas as you want, but ultimately it's up to the game dev, and they probably know the game the best out of anyone.
And what they're trying to accomplish. And,
absolutely.
Yeah. All right, this is rough. I am not grokking the Halfling Bard as much as I feel like I need to.
What's the Bard doing?
I don't know. I've got a bunch of spells and 3 different attacks. It's really heavy on conditions and items. I haven't used any items, and I'm struggling to wrap my head around what all the conditions do and how to stack them to do a bunch of damage, because it feels like that's what this character is good at, is stacking up a bunch of stuff and then having a really big effect. But
that seems pretty bardy. Definitely feels flavorful.
Which, fair, right?
Not my playstyle, generally speaking, though, so I see where you're struggling.
Well, especially when everything's just so hectic, it's just kind of hard to... Okay, when do I get a few seconds to look at these abilities and just do more than recognize letters on a page?
Yeah, that's where the pause comes in, but again, not fun. No pausing.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, if you need to pause, I'm not opposed to it at all. I'm just joking.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. But, I think we're all in on the meme at this point.
True, that's a good point.
Okay, I'm realizing that my short bow has a much faster cooldown than I thought it did. I need to be using that a whole lot more.
I see. I am struggling on the matching side, so hopefully you're doing okay. I just used 4 effects at once. I hope that helped.
It's great, thank you.
No worries.
Just throw stuff. Don't let things die. Jeez, that invulnerability is constant. Thank you for those big blasts. Jiminy. Okay. Oh, this is the final wave. Oh, we're going big on mercenaries. Get the Beastie Boys out here. And I guess having a bard that is super heavy on mercenaries, that would kind of make sense, because that gives you your characters that you're supporting. So I'm starting to realize I have some damage potential, but I also have a lot of disruption. So I can fear people, I think, I can slow them, and that's all going to make it easier for the mercenaries to do their thing. I just realized I didn't actually say that to you. I didn't have my push to talk down, because it's just that intense. I'm realizing that the mercenaries are a big part of how the bard plays, because that gives you your support characters that you're helping out. So I have some damage capability, but I also have a lot of disruption. So I can fear people, I can slow them, and that's going to give the mercenaries time to do their thing. Very flavorful for a bard.
Sense. It makes a lot of sense.
All right. Hey, that was 6. We're on the last one.
Ooh, this is the one in the key art.
Yeah. A light child adventure. I'm assuming that's an ASMR, but ASMRs are copyrighted, right? That is unique to D&D. Okay. We're going to be our not ASMR adventurer. Just generic adventurer.
This one sounds like it might be part of the conclusion of the single-player campaign because
Oh, really?
it
Is
has
this-
to do with the Council of Celador.
Oh, so this is kind of like, is this the campaign? Are we playing through the campaign right now?
I don't think the first several modules were related to the campaign, but I could be wrong. The High Council definitely had something to do with the campaign, though.
Okay, because as a veteran courier for the Celadorian High Council. All right.
That's a good point.
Cool. All right, let's check it out.
I'm in. Ooh, there's something weird going on here.
Yeah, it's like an oil spill. Ugh, I feel all
Yeah.
yucky.
It said something about us being in a plane, so I could see that.
Oh, yeah.
It's thematic. Peter says each co-op scenario is a kind of side story for each campaign. That's interesting.
Oh, okay, cool.
Plays up like the one-shot angle. You're not doing your main characters, just doing side quests.
That's awesome. Kind of like a West Marches type sort of experience.
Yeah.
So I think I'm starting to see this be a lot more difficult. So we've got like a flame axe that I'm assuming is going to do not very much damage against the flame dudes. But I have like a lightning spell that's probably going to be good against the water dudes and stuff. So I think I need to pay a lot of attention to the elemental relationships here.
Uh-oh. You're inserting strategy into our strategy game? How dare you? I am failing so hard on the match 3 side of things.
Time for a planar rift. Let's go.
I don't see anything. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Okay,
Been
we
there.
go. I got nothing. Oh no. Okay, 4. I'm making up for my terribleness, I think. Starting to believe.
Oh no, we lost our axe. Shoot.
Oh,
Oh
crap.
no, that's not good. All right, we're on wave 2 and lost a lot of stuff, but this is fine.
I have a feeling that's because you weren't getting dice, and you might be too nice to say so.
It was definitely rough on the dice. That was difficult. But
Yeah, I was
also, this
struggling.
is a lot more complex on my side too. I don't feel like I can just blast stuff indiscriminately anymore. We may need to try this one a couple of times.
I'm getting that feeling too, because I am botching this over here.
If you could just constantly match 4 or 5 in a row, that would be really helpful for me.
Well, let me get right on that.
I think one thing that would kind of communicate the bullseye idea a little bit better is it seems like I get a bullseye whether I have a projectile selected or not. So if that only showed up when there was a projectile, I think that would help kind of connect the two.
That's
Hey,
a
let's
good
get New
point.
Zealand. Good
I
to
can
see ya.
that.
Yeah, we are doing this absolutely wild. It is a single player game, but it also is co-op. And we're doing the co-op version with our good friend QuanticFlux. And it is absolutely crazy. So he's doing the match 3 side of things. I am doing the defense of the character sheet. And it's super hectic. I mean, we have
I
4
looked
health
at,
left. It's crazy.
The amount of dice I was giving you because I felt like I was starting to bring it back, and I'm seeing that I'm giving you a bunch of certain types of dice that you're probably not using.
Oh man, and you know what? I haven't even like taken the time to look at what we are going to need. I should be letting you know.
It wouldn't help. It would work.
There we go. Hey, we made it to the final wave. That's a lot better than I thought we were going to do.
Yeah, same.
It's a
Gatoroo
very cool
said,
concept.
Probably a while ago now. Sorry about that, Gatoroo. The elements don't actually matter. Sorry you didn't get that complex. My last game was very element damage based, though. Just spells versus weapon resistances. And yes, those are super important this level.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Maybe I'll take a moment to pause when we jump back in here.
Absolutely. Feel free.
Actually read what the heck I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so we have 2 abilities using 4s, 1 ability using 6, and 3 using 8s, 1 on 10, 1 on 12. Nothing on 20s.
The 8s, got it.
Yeah, 8s are the big one.
Oh yeah, they're expensive abilities for the 8s too. 3, 3, and 2. Oh
yeah,
wait.
And then 4d6 on the 6. So this is a big boy character.
I can see why you were running out with how little I was getting you.
I honestly, I didn't even cognitively put together, oh, this needs 3 matches to do this. That's a lot. So that's a hefty burden on you. I would love to have some way to have the character sheet stuff come back and influence the dice rolling stuff.
That would be fun.
Every time that you shoot a crossbow, something gets swapped out for a D4 or something, some way to tie the two together a little bit more, I think would be super rad.
That would be really neat. Or if the stats affected the dice in some way.
Yeah. Alaman, we are playing this. We're pausing so I can read through the abilities and understand what it is we're trying to do.
So they roll in faster.
Sorry, what was that?
I said you've got high dex, so now the dice roll in faster.
That would be fun. Yeah.
You've got high strength, so they kind of explode in a mini AoE when you match.
Kind of combining with the Dungeonborn stuff that you told me about. Like, if you level up your character enough, they unlock a passive. So if you hit 18 strength, you get the explosion effect or something.
That would be sick. That would give you reasons to focus on specific stats outside of just, what they're doing cooldown related or damage wise.
Meanwhile, Gator's like, you have no idea what you're doing to this game. You have no idea how much that would be expensive to build.
Oh, I bet. Gator did say, now that you pointed out, at some point I might change one of those D8 spells to a D20.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Flurry restores your strength and dex plus 1d4 HP. Holy crap.
Wow. Is that the restore body potion?
Yeah, okay. And see, that's another thing I'm going to have to keep in mind is like, okay, so strength and dex, I don't need to be caring too much about. I can let people just gnaw on those for a while because I can rejuvenate them real quick.
Yeah, that's a great point. I don't know about you, but consumables for me, just something about my brain, I'm just never going to use them. I'm going to save them until I need them, and that's never going to happen because I'm always going to be like, what if I need it more later?
Exactly. I'm always ending final boss fights with like 30 mega healing potions and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like there's this one old Penny Arcade comic when Skyrim first came out, and they were like, dude, you don't have to pick up all the brooms that you see. That's not that kind of game. It says, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm going to be broomless when the broom dungeon shows up. Whatever.
That's a good one.
All right. I don't really know what Disruptive or Wild does, but I think I have something of a grip on how this is working.
All right. I am ready when you are.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Heatwave does 3d8 damage minus 7? Okay.
Ooh.
That's bad.
Is that because of your stats, I wonder?
I have no idea. Huh, okay.
Game says wild equals adds a random status effect. Disruptive equals double damage to unliving.
Oh, so is disruptive vulnerable but for undead then? Is that the way that works?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Okay, so you can't put vulnerable on undead, is what I'm assuming. That's interesting.
I don't know. They might stack. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Okay. And disruptive similarly doesn't do anything to non-undead creatures, is what that description is also sounding like?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay. All right. Okay, I think I'm ready to lose again here. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
right, I'm feeling better about my dicing abilities at the start here. Last time I was getting real stuck.
Sometimes that kind of seemed to happen with me too, where it's like there was only one match on the board for quite a while.
I have a feeling that wasn't the case for me, and I was just missing stuff. I'm doing better this time. Okay, I'm doing my best to read this message while dicing. Heat Wave -7 for balancing, but that still means it does 3 to 17 damage per second for half second. Sorry, 1 sec. When switching targets, plus your whiz damage bonus. Maybe it's 1 to 17, I forgot.
This is so complex. This is so outrageous. That's all I gotta say about that. Holy cow. This feels like the sort of game that, like, Kobold's D&D channel would just go gaga over there. Manipulating all these numbers, making something really cool. It really does feel like the campaign is where this game is gonna just shine. All right, we lost our necklace, but that's fine. Oh, we lost the mercy. Shoot. When people are down there at the very bottom, I tend to miss them. Okay. Blast that. Shock. Okay, use some of these 4s that you're gathering here. Oh my goodness. Flood of the Weird. Here we go. Planar Rift. We need something over there. Golly. Well, this is a suiting conclusion to the game. God. Brutal. Oh, wave 3. Okay. Flood, power crossbow. It does seem like our crossbow, our D10s seem like the best like single target damage that we have. So definitely don't mind getting lots of D10s because there's a lot of dudes on the screen, but they're also like really tanky. Okay, that was a good wave. It's a very good wave. Oh, you got a couple of 5 matches down there waiting for you.
I see you trying to press my effects.
Yeah, I see you've got a couple of 5s down there.
I was saving them because I think they have a damaging effect in the wave.
Oh, snap. Do those have, like... Are those tied to the dice or towards abilities that your character can have?
That's a good question. If I'm understanding the question that you're asking, and you're saying, is the dice ability different based on the type of character you're playing?
Or can you equip things that will modify those or something?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. That would be a neat way to customize your character further, though.
Gator, I'm so sorry. I'm sure this is so frustrating to be hearing.
I don't know if I read it out loud, but he said that he loves watching people play. It's very interesting for him.
Well, that's good. That's a good designer's mindset. Jeez, that was crazy. They were doing like 3 damage at a time, I think. All right.
Oh, snap.
You want to give this one more shot?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Gator says dice ultras depend on the combo of race/class, so they do change. And that's
awesome. That's sick. That's awesome. Big fan of that. Big fan of that.
Same. It gives a replayability factor as well, so you can try out different combos.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so much strategy. Like this is a game you can theory craft like crazy, it seems.
Yeah, it's a shame that like looking at it, you're like, okay, well, it's a match 3. How much could you really be doing here? But it's like, no, there's a lot of deep stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I told my wife when I went up to go check on our son that this is going to be date night tonight because she's not like a huge gamer. She does not like theory crafting. but I quite enjoy doing all this more heavy lifting stuff. And she, I think, will enjoy the match 3. And the match 3, she doesn't have to, like, think too much about, right? She can just match stuff, and we can have a good time. So I think this is a really good play with your partner of varying interests in the numbers sort of game.
I could totally see that. That's a great way to, you know, enjoy a hobby together with someone that might not necessarily be into gaming.
Yeah. And like, she's a big puzzle fan, so this is gonna hit her in a really good spot.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know how it goes, because I could definitely see that being a lot of fun.
Will do.
Oh, no valid moves, trait regenerated. Perfect. That does make me feel bad about all the other times I couldn't find stuff.
Yeah. Whew. All right, we lost our arms, but that's fine. Who needs arms to adventure?
As long as you don't take an arrow to the knee. I heard that ends your career pretty fast.
Oh, boy. Oh, nice. That was a good one.
I'm trying so hard to think on the fly to set up these freaking 4 combos, and it's just... it's all luck, I'm telling you.
It really does make a big difference. Like, those 4s are heaven sent every single time.
They're so good. And the 5s, don't get me started on the 5s. They're nuts.
Whew. All right, no more equipment, but we're on wave 4. We're halfway through.
Who needs equipment? At the end of the day, it's about you and not your hands, because we lost those, but you and your guts, I think.
I've read Iron Man comics. I know how this goes.
We got a 5.
Wow,
ability. I don't know what
nice.
it does, but it's doing something.
Woo! All right. That was a pretty clean wave.
That's what I like to hear.
And I'm getting better at kind of identifying what are the things that need more priority. And what can we knock out with an AoE? What do we need our big heavy hitters reserved for?
You sound like you're thinking a lot more about this than I was. I was panicking the entire time.
There's definitely a good amount of panic. I will not deny that. But, you know, you play through it enough. Oh, geez, we have 3 health. Okay, health. Gosh, we only rolled a 1 on our health potion.
Unlucky.
All right, final wave. Everything's fine.
The game wants us to die.
Nice.
Strategically saved. Didn't, you know, not notice that for a while. It was totally on purpose.
Oh, no, I think we were right at the very end.
close.
I think those were the last dudes.
So close.
Oh, man, I think we got it. I think we got it in us to do one more time. I think we can do this.
Absolutely.
I believe in us.
We got killed by the Dreadlord. That has to be the boss, right?
It has to be. It has to be. We're going to do it one more time. We're going to do this.
Absolutely.
We're going to make it happen. I like how the environments seem to have gotten more and more thematic the further we've gone along. Because, like, wasn't the first one, like, on your computer desk or something, and now we're in a fantasy tavern?
Yeah, I think so. And then, like, the second one dropped down that gate that put shadows on the character sheet and stuff.
Yeah.
We had the water area. But yeah, I think the first one was pretty basic. Probably on purpose.
Which is great. I mean, it tells a story.
Absolutely.
I just do not have enough damage to murder things in their stupid monster faces.
I just got a crazy combo.
Nice. Hey, we went through wave 1 and we didn't really take very much damage. That's good.
Gator
hold
says
on,
you only had. Oop,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Gator said you only had the Dreadlord and 2 minor enemies left. What really killed you was wave 5. You lost 30 HP in it.
Brutal, 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 brutal. Okay, okay. I need to figure out this. So it looks like we have physical resist on the like shield with a fist icon, and then magic resist on the kind of blue with a hexagon, a pink hexagon in it. Am I understanding that right? Is that physical and magic? So magic is first, then physical?
From what I remember, the magical resistance is on the left, the physical is on the right on the enemies. And yes, Gator is saying yes.
Okay, perfect. And then is the damage split as simple as spells are magic and weapons are physical? Oh, I'm actually seeing that icon there in the box. So even though we have like a flame axe, it doesn't have a physical and a magical component. It is all physical.
That's my guess based on what Gator said earlier about the damage types not being super complex like this last game.
Okay, okay. And for the record, I think that's a decent choice for how hectic this thing already is. All right. Let's go ahead and
Gator
dive.
Confirms all correct what you said.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Gator. Appreciate you. All right, let's do this thing.
All right.
Okay, so yeah. Magic resist. Okay, yeah, this is great. You, dagger over here. Get wrecked. Get off of my constitution. Flood of the Weird. Go. Flame Claw. Power Line. There we go. Woo. All right. We still haven't lost anything on the sheet. We're doing good. You're keeping me pumped. You're keeping me engaged. Okay. Ouch. No, don't kill spells, please. We desperately need every single option available to us. Oh. Ooh. Wave 4. Past the halfway point. Get a mercenary to help me here. I need stuff. You still there?
I'm still here. I'm panicking and failing miserably.
Nice. That was good. Good 4.
Calculated totally.
Okay, whew. Wave 5, here we go. 25 hit points left.
Oh, no. I like how much silence is.
Oh my gosh, it's getting more and more. Yeah, no, we're in try-hard mode for real. This is a fantastic wave 5, by the way. Easy.
I just got like a 5 and a 4 and another 4 in a row. Crazy.
Right at the end.
Of course.
All right, final wave. We got this.
I believe.
I keep on accidentally canceling my beam too early.
I did the same thing over and over.
I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah, I think I was tapping it twice by accident, and that makes it go away.
Yeah, I get used to like queuing up an ability in reserve, and that breaks it.
Yeah. It was definitely helpful to be able to retract it early. But yeah, I kept messing it up.
We got this, dude. We got this. Let me get a mercenary out. We got plenty of gold. Get a flood in here. Easy.
Go.
Woo! That was brutal.
You managed to survive barely. Absolutely.
All right. Nicely done. Nicely done. That is the whole fantasy section.
Gator Ooze is giving us a big congrats. Thank you very much.
All right. Do you want to make one shot at endless mode before moving to sci-fi for a little bit?
Yeah. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna run some ads and grab a drink.
Absolutely. And we can swap too if you want to when we get back. We'll see. All right.
I'm down for whatever.
All right. We'll see you in a sec.
All right. Be right back.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm loving this. Brawler in the Sierra Highlanders. Man, this is so cool. I'm loving this game. I think this is super duper rad.
All right. I am back with a drink. I am ready to hydrate.
All right. Let's do this thing.
Let's not die super fast.
Die?
True, we beat the Dreadlord. We don't have to worry about dying, I don't think.
So it looks like we've got a ton here. Is this a... Oh, it's a level 5 character. Is this like randomly generated?
I was wondering the same thing myself.
Because there's a lot here.
Endless is random race / class, says Gator.
Whoa. All right, that's intense.
And the loadouts change based on the race / class combo. Interesting.
Oh, wow. That's cool. So I've changed my mind on mercenaries. For a while, I was thinking, oh, you kind of want to reserve those until the very end. But I'm realizing putting mercenaries early on so they can carry you through waves lets the match 3 player build up a huge bank of dice.
That makes a lot of sense. I think the consideration of mercenaries is very interesting in the multiplayer mode where gold doesn't matter. In single player, your gold can be spent on mercenaries, but also on items, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like if you're using mercenaries, you're potentially nerfing your character for the long run of the campaign.
Interesting. Okay. A new spell, Pious Spray. That's cool. So there's progression in Endless. That's what I was hoping to find here. Great.
It looks like I just messed up before. It looks like you might have the ability to have more more weapons than spells as this character, and I'm wondering if that's because of the particular class that you're playing.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Dilettante? I don't even know like what the analog for that is. I don't know.
Maybe like a swashbuckler? Rogue?
Maybe? A half mermaid swashbuckler would make a lot of sense.
Class determines the max spells, etc. Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, hearing stuff like that, instantly I start getting really excited about trying to make a campaign run of this.
Yeah, I almost wish there was a way, an easier way, I should say, since it depends on remote play, which is not the most stable. But I wish there was a way to easily play the campaign mode in online multiplayer.
I hard agree. I understand that multiplayer is just... I mean, a lot of gamers think, oh, just add multiplayer. And every game dev is like, you have no idea what evil you've unleashed. But
that's essentially what Gator said as well. That this was their first time doing online multiplayer. So I could understand why they struggled, because that's tough.
It's very, very tough. And honestly, for the first time implementing, like, a new mercenary, cool. First time implementing this sort of a thing, like, it's been going off without a hitch. Like, functionally,
smooth.
It's great.
Haven't had any lag or anything? Any issues?
No. Yeah, it's all felt just perfectly smooth. Like my brain.
I hear you on that, me too. Gator says, Dilettante is a rich kid who isn't very good at things but has lots of stuff. Which I'm looking at your stats now, your stats are terrible.
Okay, great. That's hilarious. Daddy, bring me more mercenaries.
I don't have quite enough magic weapons yet.
Yeah, now that I'm understanding this magical physical split, I'm feeling way more effective.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that as you recognize the enemies, it gets much easier. Like the more you play, the more you're seeing, and you're like, okay, I know how to take care of that. Which I think any TTRPG player would tell you, that's metagaming and that's not allowed, so you better turn that off right now, Joe.
What is a goblin, good sir?
Now, let me ask, does my character know about this so-called goblin?
A quick lime bomb. What?
Yeah, I can't imagine what that might be.
Oh, it's an item. Weakens and makes vulnerable enemies in an instant. Okay.
You like spraying lime in their eyes?
Yeah, I guess so. Or like lime the mineral that is toxic?
Is that spelled with a Y?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that is with a Y.
That's
Whoa, that was really well timed. Nice. I threw down the quick lime potion right as you did something, and it just nuked the board.
Calculated. That was expert teamwork. That was totally
absolutely.
We're mind melding here. It wasn't definitely random.
This is an esports channel now. We're going for world records.
Gator sent a very long message that I will attempt to read while doing the match threes. Yeah, originally crossover was solo only, then I added online co-op, and I thought it would be preferable to just have bite-sized scenarios for it. I was a bit naive. I didn't think it would be fun doing all the character stuff. That's crazy. Menus, etc. in co-op. Only after I realized the scale... Oh boy. I see a 4. Hold on, sorry. Only after I realized the scale... Oh my god, I'm failing. I'm missing it. Only after I added the local co-op for the campaign by request, which was pretty easy, but adding online for the campaigns now would be a ton of work. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. multiplayer functionality is typically one of those things you kind of have to architect the entire game around from the very beginning.
Yeah, that makes sense. Quicklime is calcium oxide, which was used as a caustic weapon in ancient history. All right, now we're learning stuff too. Love that.
Or you know. Ooh, achievement. Hold 6 spells at once. Fog of the Wild.
Let's go.
Besides a massive damage, causes random effects. 4d12. Okay.
Wow. You better not be hogging those achievements, by the way.
Oh, I for sure am. So are you not getting, though? Did you not get that one?
I didn't see anything pop up, but I feel like I might have it disabled for stream.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
I'll have to check afterwards.
So much.
I just
Mercenaries,
messed up
go.
a 5. That feels so terrible. I hate it.
What feels bad?
I messed up a 5. I had a 5 going.
Similarly, when you launch a whole bunch of attacks into something because you're like, oh, this is physically weak, and you throw all of the stuff and you realize, oh shoot, it was invulnerable the whole time.
That happened to me so much in single player. I was like, no, the bane of my existence, why?
Yeah, I could see 2 friends in high school spending a summer hunting for the best random combos for your endless runs. And just spending hours on this.
Yeah, much like having a TTRPG group that you meet with every week, I could see this being like a weekly activity for 2 people.
Yeah. Reach wave 20 in endless mode. Nice. That was a big one. That was a big one.
Definitely not random at all. Planned.
Got a spiked hammer. Okay.
That sounds rad.
Extra spikes means extra damage.
That makes sense. I believe it. Gator says to you, it would have been much easier if they made the architecture that supported online play from day one.
Yeah, yeah. So only 4% of people have gotten as far as we have in endless mode, I will say.
We're cracked.
Turns out money is the real MVP all along.
Rich kids, they succeed at life yet again.
Nice. All right, next wave. Stop being invincible. So mean.
The invulnerability is rough. Very rough.
Woo!
Especially if you don't notice it in time and you're using all your freaking dice and it's like, why?
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. You got a rock smasher sling. That sounds like a good thing to use against the golem, but it's
I was just thinking, I've been seeing these large rock people.
No, it's physical damage. You do not throw a rock smasher at a giant rock.
You know what? Then the item lied to us and we want a refund. We're gonna go full Karen mode on this.
I know I'm over the 2-hour limit, but come on, this is clearly blatant. I just noticed the achievement name for reaching wave 20 in Endless is be excellent to each other, and I'm a big fan
Love
of that.
Very wholesome, very positive, big fan.
One of my favorite quotes from any celebrity was, Keanu Reeves in an interview. He's just playing with a bunch of puppies for some reason. That's like the backdrop. And the question was, how do you stay so grounded? And he just kind of looked at the interviewer and said, well, I mean, gravity.
Keanu Reeves seems like such a wholesome dude.
Yeah. My second favorite response I've ever seen from a celebrity during an interview was from, oh no, what's his name? Jurassic Park scientist guy. Sorry?
Jeff Goldblum?
Yes, Jeff Goldblum. Said, people come up to me all the time and say, excuse me, sir, is your name Jeff Goldblum or Jeff Goldblum? And I always respond the same way, which is, how dare you speak to me?
I lost the second half of that quote.
Oh, shoot. I let go of the control because I was doing stuff on the keyboard. So people always come up to me and say, do you pronounce it Jeff Goldblum or Jeff Goldblum? And I always say the same thing, which is, how dare you speak to me?
Yeah, he hosted Kimmel recently, and he had that
really?
arrogant persona going on. That was very funny.
Watching a couple of shows he's hosted, I'm never sure if it's a persona or if that is just Jeff Goldblum. I do not know.
I have to imagine it's a joke. No one would like be that open about being a jerk.
All right, we have 1 hit point left.
Oh no. Time to pull out all the stops that I definitely was saving and not just forgetting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Use the items that we've been holding on to. I want to get to wave 30.
Where's the healing potion merchant when you need him?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had 1 at the very start, and it is gone. Whew! We have so much money. Wave 30! Goonies never say die! This person grew up in an era, is what I'm picking up.
I have to imagine that they're probably around our age.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go.
I think we did great, though. 2 achievements. Let's go.
Yeah, 3.3% of players have that achievement.
We're killing it. We're 19th.
That was not bad. That was not bad.
Oh, how dare you get above me.
That doesn't seem very fair. Top 18. All right, I'll take that. That's not bad.
I see how it is, devaluing the match 3 player.
Let's see. I'm looking for achievements. Did we get to the biggest one? I think that's the biggest co-op endless mode achievement.
I think that means we killed it.
Yeah,
Let's
I think
look at the top
we
10.
won. GG.
Oh, top 10 is 50. Wow. That's tough. They are like far and above 6 and down, though, by 10 waves.
Wow. Yeah.
We did pretty good.
That's the teams that are spending all summer being like, we're going to get the best seed, and we're going to just obliterate this.
I believe it.
All right, should we dive into sci-fi?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
We are in the Honey Badgers, and I love that. This one is significantly harder, or at least it says so in the campaign. I don't know if that carries over to multiplayer, but I imagine it probably does.
You know, I'm feeling pretty good. We've gotten all these achievements. I'm feeling like I'm kind of a world best at this game, so I'm not too worried.
We killed the Dreadlord. We got this.
Do you want to swap to the to the attack roll, or do you want to stay on the dice?
I'm down with whatever you want to do. I think we got this covered, but if you want to switch, I'm down with that too.
Okay, well, I mean, let's keep going, and you let me know as soon as you want to swap. Oh man,
I'm in
look
the
at all
zone
this.
right now.
Jeez.
Snow effect. I like that.
Got an acid blast, Ichi bomb, shock dart, pulse saber. Yeah, that is a lot of snow. Jeez.
I will say I like having the additional pressure in the match 3 zone because it prevents me from sitting here thinking about my next move forever, and that's frustrating me in the normal match 3 experience if I'm not making the absolute best move I can make.
Yeah, I can see that. And honestly, introducing a real-time element like this for all the game devs, this is a really good idea because it makes it a lot more streamable. Can you imagine if this was turn-based? How
there's no way.
horrible this would be to watch?
Or push pausing, like we absolutely have the ability to do, but
right.
Because we're awesome.
Lizard-like, good to see ya. You're very welcome. I'm sorry it was so late. Things just kind of got a little wild for me, but it is so great to see you. How did you feel about GMTK? You satisfied with it? Is that a good experience for you? I quite enjoyed my time. I was very happy with mine. I just barely pushed out my post-jam update. And yeah, it was a good time. So thank you for making something, and thank you for getting it out there.
That snow is getting heavy. Oh, it's just like...
Oh, man, thank you. Okay. Yeah, this is the snow is genuinely making it hard to see a little bit here, especially with the monsters being so kind of same color as the background. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is just like a thing.
I did have a little bit of a visibility issue when I tried this out on my own. The monsters, the non-fantasy monsters that are wearing like black tactical stuff were definitely harder for me to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Which, like, I think is actually kind of rad. Like, you could have a camo enemy that is actually physically difficult to see, not just because they have a status effect on them. And I think that's super rad.
Agreed, yeah.
Really happy with the real results. I didn't think I'd get so far with how little time I put into making my game. Nice, Lizard-like. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear it. All right, take care, Blades. Thank you so much for the lurk. Yeah, this is definitely the sort of character where your spells feel outrageously strong.
Have you played much Starfinder? Because I have not personally, and I'm wondering if the Saboteur is like an actual class from that.
I haven't done... I don't think I've done any sci-fi tabletop role-playing games. I've done like Call of Cthulhu and everything, but I don't think I've done any sci-fi.
I think I briefly touched Cyberpunk Red when I was a teenager.
I'd love to do a Stars Without Number campaign. Like, that system has always been intriguing to me, but...
Getting your TTRPG group to try new things, though, I don't know about for you, but for me, it's nearly impossible.
Of course, I'm just remembering that mercenaries exist. Oh my gosh. Use all of our stuff. Gall.
Still plenty of time to turn it around. Plus, we got 13 HP. We're fine.
Well, yeah, especially since we just unloaded every single consumable and mercenary and everything right at the end.
Let's go. I like the pixely effects on the character sheet in the sci-fi mode.
Hold on, I need to see that. Okay, so we're a quartermaster in Outback Ruse. Okay, a quartermaster? So we're gonna be like ordering drop shipping? Like...
This might be like the equivalent of Bard for the sci-fi.
Oh, I could see that. So are you talking about like the font, the pixel sort of?
Yeah, so like the health, for example, is super pixelated.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of neat.
It's like a digital alarm clock.
Exactly, yes. That's a much better way to put it.
That type of font has a name, and I can never remember like the classification of that font.
I very briefly started looking at fonts for my thumbnails, and there was a lot more info than I expected about fonts.
Dude, fonts are, yeah, they're a ride. And people get uppity about their fonts too.
That's what it seemed like, yeah.
Oh, you used Grand as a type? As a body font? Okay.
Cool.
I have access to like 1 billion mercenaries, I'm realizing. Holy cow, and they're super cheap.
That makes sense for the quartermaster.
Yeah, yeah. I do love how they've been able to make the characters feel very thematic.
Agreed.
That's an indicator of a good system in my mind, is that the system is able to correctly model the fantasy that we are engaging in. To where it's just intuitive and it feels correct.
Yeah, I know I said this earlier, but I hate seeing that, like, you look at this and you're like, you see screenshots and it does not represent the package that you're getting, really. You're like, okay, it's a match 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Normally, I am not interested in match 3s, but I'm glad I took a chance on this one because this is a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. Big thank you to the developer as well for sending the key over my way after Quantic kind of sent that along. This is rad. I'm really glad we're getting this experience. This is a cool experience for me to like remember as inspiration when I'm doing things.
Absolutely, man. And I appreciate you joining me for this.
Man, this is rad. I am such a big fan of this.
Yeah, I keep saying it's still surprising how deep this game goes. Like, there's so much to see. It feels great when you're actually, like you said, with the classes. You can feel like you're a quartermaster right now, and all the classes seem to feel distinct. It's just neat what the dev was able to do with a character sheet in a match 3. You know?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure that under the hood, this is so freaking complex to build.
Oh, I bet.
This is a lot of dudes. Holy crap.
I definitely saved those, and that's for, yeah, that was on purpose, for sure.
Holy cow. We have so much money. We have like 1,200 and I'm slamming down mercenaries constantly.
I do think it's funny how, like, in the zone, in a flow state I'm getting here with this match 3, it's making anything else complicated. No talking, no clicking on these freaking outlines that I should be clicking on. It's match 3, baby.
Yeah, I do think that they slide in on the direction that you move in is a bit of a stroke of genius for this. It is just that extra little bit of layer that transforms it into really thoughtful for the match 3 player instead of kind of being a little slow.
Yes, I agree, and I wish that I was doing what you're saying instead of randomly grabbing whatever I see.
Yeah, we're ending with like 1,500 gold. We've had like full mercenaries since wave 3. We must have some items that are boosting our gold gain or something.
I was just gonna say that. I think we probably have some type of modifier to our gold gain.
Yeah, crazy.
Gatoroo says the sci-fi game is way more merc-based than the fantasy, so you get a lot more gold. That makes sense.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Colonies haven't had contact with Earth in some time. Has the situation improved? Well, but what character am I? What's my class? I need to know.
We're going to our ancestral home, and we're burning up in the atmosphere, so I'm sure it's going well.
Oh, we're a guardian of the Plains Impala. I know what a Plains Impala is. Sure.
Totally, me too.
This is genuinely one of the reasons that I tend to gravitate more towards fantasy, just because they are more grounded in what I understand. Like, if I see an M13 SMG, like, my brain gets hung up on, well, what does that M13 mean? What is that?
Completely agree. I know nothing about guns. It always blows my mind when people are like, oh yeah, it's spitting out facts. And I'm like, this is a different world than I'm living in.
Yeah, yeah. And then I talk about this. Yeah, cars, exactly. That's exactly where I was going to go. Yeah, I bring up with people like, hey, I don't know what these numbers are. They just feel arbitrary. And they're like, well, it's no more arbitrary than the sword of burning. Like, no, because burning tells me it's going to burn things. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's a secret language that I don't speak, but...
Very possible. The only thing I know about Mark whatever is that it's like the number of attempts it took to make whatever.
Yeah, the iteration number, yeah. I'm really feeling the heavier emphasis on mercenaries because my damage is very weak here.
That's Gator said we found a bug. I am going to attempt to read that comment while not getting us killed. 1 sec. You just found a bug. The text for this level is not the right one.
Oh.
It should say, as a guardian in the plains and Palas, your squad is set up watch on the periphery of your beachhead. You spot APA troops trying to catch your camp unaware. I see.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, this was the first one that kind of bucked the trend of telling you what class you are. That was a little interesting. Okay, there you go. Oh, shoot. We're getting blasted here.
There was a long stroke of time I wasn't doing match threes.
Well, and it's not like I've been running out of stuff. I'm not able to keep up with everything. And not even from a sort of overloaded psychological sort of perspective, just from a, like, I can't seem to have enough damage to keep up with everything.
It did say sci-fi was much harder.
Yeah. We're only on wave 3? Shut the front door. Oh my gosh.
Taking forever. I clearly like D12s more for some reason because I've got D20s too. I've got like 30 of them.
I have nothing that uses D12 or D20.
That makes a lot more sense than me somehow accidentally picking those.
Yeah, I have 4, 6, 8, and 10. One of each. And I need all of them. But yeah, the others, nothing. Ooh, all right, final wave, here we go.
We got this.
One more health. This is the last dude.
We got this. Oh man, he does a lot of damage.
There we go. Woo!
Let's go.
That was pretty tight. Pacifying Earth after decades of constant war is almost unthinkably difficult. You dedicate the rest of your days to healing your home planet. There you go.
Oh, Gator says the wind text is also wrong.
All right, I think I've got one more in me before I'm going to have to jump off, unfortunately.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, very excited about this. As a young
Same.
APA officer, we're a survivalist in the Western Bears. Wow. All right.
I prefer the honey badgers.
I prefer grills.
Gator says that they fixed the 2 things we just found wrong. It should have said, you successfully defend the makeshift camp from a sneak attack.
Oh, okay. Nice. Very responsive. Love that.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Happy to be helpful in finding stuff that's not the way it's meant to be as well.
Try out the mercenaries here.
It looks like you've got mechs, and I'm so here for that.
Are you a big mech fan?
I love mechs. I've been trying to get my group to play Lancer for years at this point, and they are not having it.
As soon as you said I've been trying to get my group to play, I knew Lancer was coming up. I was so ready for that.
It's so sick. I did a playtest with one of them, but we did a PvP scenario, which you're not supposed to do. And I obliterated him, and he will never play it again.
Aw, sad.
Very sad.
Jeez. Woo, thank you for that.
No worries.
We do have a ton of health this time around. That's good. 37, we're
I see that, yeah.
taking a bunch, too.
I forgot to ask, are you a fan of mechs?
It kind of depends for me. Like, it's so all about the character for me. So if it's just kind of a generic bipedal thing with guns for arms, like, I don't know, that can be nice. Like, I prefer that over a tank, but it's still a little bit rough for me to get into.
Gotcha.
Like, have you ever watched the original Star Trek movie?
I
Like, from the 70s.
think so.
So,
I don't remember the plot at all.
That's fine. The plot is not the important part here. The important part is they were so excited to make this movie that they had like a 5-minute sequence panning across the Starship Enterprise when you first see it. And I kid you not, it's like literally 5 minutes of just like, look at this part of the ship. Look at this part of the ship. And it drives me insane every single time.
I originally was all about the original Star Trek. I was so into it compared to like Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. And I find that the older I get, the more I'm like, okay, Next Generation is clearly the best. And Deep Space Nine is crazy good.
Well, it's hard to argue with Patrick Stewart.
He's the best, man.
Whew! Oh, there's still more. God, get out of here.
The sneaky hidden ones. I think I'm biased towards mech stuff because they usually have a lot of politics baked in, and I'm a huge fan of politics.
Oh, so you were like a Star Wars Episode 1 fan.
I wouldn't go that far. Now, if they actually pulled off Darth Jar Jar, maybe it would have been worth it.
Darth Jar Jar. Shut down. Remake Pod Racer, yeah. Yeah, we got calls in the chat for remakes of the Pod Racer game from the 90s, and I will echo that wholeheartedly.
That game was so good.
It was unreasonably good. There was no reason why that game should be as good as it was.
I remember at the time hating Episode 1 and being like, no. But Pod Racers, though, crazy. Plus, they had the arcade version of that had the sick, like, entire setup where it's, like, moving while you're playing.
What? I never saw that. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. That was, like, the best arcade game.
Wow.
I kind of miss arcade times, but as soon as I said that, I think about it, and, like, Dave & Buster's exists, and I don't go there, so what am I talking about?
Oh, man, that was rough. Oh, that was rough. Okay. Well, we were felled at level 4.
We got far, man.
Oh, that was brutal. That is a crazy fun game. Holy crap.
Totally agree. Multiplayer is fantastic. Big fan. Single player is great. Much more stressful, but still fun.
Right on, right on. Well, we'll have to get some sort of campaign going or something. Oh, choose a game book to play. Oh my gosh. Okay. Cool. Well, wishing all the best for the developers here. I'm going to put the link in chat once again. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Quantic, this was such a joy. Thank you for organizing this.
Man. Thanks so much for joining me. It was a pleasure.
All right. Well, we're going to head out. Thanks so much. We're going to jump off the call and we're going to raid out.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
See ya. Oh, man. What a time. That was so freaking fun. I genuinely really loved that game. Well, I hope you all have an excellent weekend. We're going to be doing the banana game jam over the weekend. I'll be throwing my progress in chat for funsies and or in Discord. And yeah, I hope you all have a lovely, lovely weekend. We're going to go ahead and raid out into... Oh, let's go to Red Cabin Games. We haven't been to Red Cabin in forever. Planning on streaming on the holiday. Yes, because when you're unemployed, you don't have holidays. So so far as I'm aware, Monday is a day like any other. My wife may disagree. I'll let people know in Discord if that's not going to be the case, but that is the current plan. So, oh boy, thanks everyone for hanging out. This is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Looking forward to tackling Gatekeeper on Monday as well as Dread Delusion. That's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to do Enshrouded, and then Tenebris, and then Star Knight. Ooh, we got a big week ahead of us. Big week ahead of us. All right, with that being said, thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll catch you next week.